Okay, we're going to try that again. I had a technical difficulty, but it looks like it is resolved. We're about to do admin of code day 5. It is about 10 minutes past when it opened, so I'm a little behind the game, but we're going to look at it right now. I think I'm all set up, mostly. Didn't really set up my files in advance, but that's fine. Let's see what we got. Forklifts. Did I go live? Okay, I think I went live. Whatever, who cares? Okay. Ranges. Ranges can overlap. Available ingredient IDs are fresh. Okay, that seems not that bad. Let's see how big the input is. Oh, it's really big. Well, it's not that big. Okay. Uh, 17 twice. Well, oh. Let's see. Okay. Off my game here. Should have been an easy part one. I guess it wasn't that bad. Second section is irrelevant. Okay, so it's a merge interval type question for part 2. What do I want to do? No problem. Right, 3, 4, 5, that's right. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's right. I think I need to do this. There we go. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah. That did not do it. And that was what we submitted, right? That's not the right answer. I gotta save this somewhere, man. And that 14 is right. What if I add in some bullshit? That should be the same. That should be one more. Oh, see, that's interesting. Wrong one. Is that something? I think that might be it. That's definitely different. There we go. Messy, messy day. But we did it. It's not even that crazy of a code. I don't know why that took me forever to debug. But we did it. Let's see. Should we talk through it? Let's talk through it real quick. Okay, so for part one, it's pretty simple. We have these ranges and we have these numbers, and we just want to see if this number is in any of these ranges. So that's basically exactly what I did. First thing I had to do was parse it out into, you know, the way that they want it. Oh my goodness. Let's use the sample data. So basically I parsed it into one array that I'm calling ranges, which basically has each range as a little tuple of integers. It's actually a list of integers, but it's fine. Right, so I have 3, 5, 10, 14, 12, 18, 16, 20. And I sorted them. Honestly, didn't really even have to sort them. And then I have my ingredients, which I split into just a flat list of integers. And then I go through for each ingredient. I check every single range. If it's inside any of the ranges, which I can just check, is it bigger than the first one and smaller than the second one? Bigger than or equal to, smaller than or equal to the second one? I know it's in the range. It means my ingredient's fresh. I can break the loop. That's my count, right? So outside of the parsing, super short code. And the parsing's not that crazy. Maybe it's crazy because I'm weird with Python, but basically, first I split my range on new lines, then I split each individual range on the dash character, and then I convert them from a string to an integer. And I convert the whole thing back to a list because map returns a iterable. For the ingredients, pretty similar. Split the ingredients on new lines, convert them from a string to an integer, convert the map back to a list. So that's that. For part two, we don't even look at the ingredients. We're only looking at the ranges, and we want to know how many numbers are in the range. Now, I did a quick gut check and just looked at the size of the input, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go one by one through each number, because that would be the easiest way, right? Just count through each number. But when you have big numbers like this, that's doesn't seem like a good strategy, right? because if you end up counting through a huge amount of numbers, you know, it's just going to be a pain in the butt. So obviously I wanted to do a whole range at one time. So basically how I did that was I sort the ranges, so I know that they're, at least in terms of their starting number, are in order. All right, so I know the first one starts with 3, second one starts with 10, third one starts with 12, fourth one starts with 16, right? So they're increasing in that direction. If there's a tie, they should still be increasing in terms of like, if one is 10, 14 and one is 10, 15, that'll still increase. But there is some trickiness here. Because you'll notice for 10, 14, 14 is actually bigger than the start of the next interval. So what my strategy is to go in increasing start order. I'm going to keep track of the largest ingredient that I've used so far, because I can't repeat if the ingredients overlap. So for my first range, you know, it's 3, 5, so I get 3, 4, 5. Now 5 is the biggest ingredient I've used so far. For my next range, 10, 14, doesn't matter, because 10 is bigger than 5. But now 14 is the biggest ingredient I've used so far. For my third range, 12, 18, 12 is actually less than the biggest ingredient I've used so far. So I'm basically going to ignore everything below 14 because I already know I've done everything up to that point that I can. Because I know this one is starting lower than 12 because I've sorted. It can't possibly start higher than 12. It could start the same as 12, but that doesn't matter. It's never going to be higher. So I can confidently say that if I've gone up to 14, I'm never going to have one under 14 with this sorted collection. So basically what I'm doing here, I keep track of what I'm calling the previous maximum. And then for each range, I'm saying the previous max is going to be the maximum of either what it was before or the start of my range, because that would be my new sort of like cutoff point. I can't go lower than that if that's the start of my range. If the end of my range is lower than the maximum, because it's possible that it's, all right, if the end of my range is higher than the previous maximum, then I know I need to increase my count. And how do I do that? I take the high end of my range, subtract my previous maximum, and I add 1 because it's inclusive. Like 3 to 5 is 3, 4, 5, so I need to make sure I'm including 1. And that actually took me a while to remember or figure out. Yeah, probably not explaining that great because it was a messy day, but that's all right. We did it. We got our 2 stars. We started late because I was putting my son to sleep, scrambled in here late, hit some bugs, but you know what? We got it done. It wasn't too long. So